Azure virtual machines and how to describe them. Um, and let's talk about scaling VMs in Azure. So you can run single VMs for testing, development, or minor tasks, or you can group VMs together to provide high availability, scalability, and redundancy. Azure can also manage the groupings of VMs for you with features such as scale sets and availability sets. So notice there are a few terms thrown around. So if you see, um, you can group VMs together to provide high availability, scalability, and redundancy. As you can also manage the grouping of VMs for you with features such as scale sets and availability sets. So grouping of VMs is what I'm trying to say. And we'll be diving deeper as we move forward. All right, so virtual machine scale sets. And what are virtual machine scale sets? So it lets you create and manage a group of identical load balanced VMs. Okay, so um, and if you simply created multiple VMs with the same purpose, you need to ensure they're all configured identically and then set up network routing parameters to ensure efficiency. You'll also have to monitor the utilization to determine if you need to increase or decrease the number of VMs. So this all has to be done manually, right? Not only have to ensure that the VMs are configured the same way, but you also need to see if the routing parameters are set up to ensure efficiency. You also monitor the utilization to determine if you need to increase or decrease the number of VMs. So instead, with the scale sets, Azure automates most of that work. So scale sets allows you to centrally manage, configure, and update a large number of VMs in minutes. Um, and okay, so it's done centrally, and the number of VM instances can automatically increase or decrease in response to demand. So you don't need to monitor the utilization and then increase or decrease the VMs depending on that. This is all done automatically. And then or you can set it to scale based on a defined schedule. So if you think that there's a that during say from 9 to 12 in the morning you'll have high traffic, so that's and then from 12 to 3 the traffic goes down. So if you're doing a schedule base, you will probably increase the VMs, the number of VMs in the scale set um, for that particular point of time, like from 9 to 12, and then decrease it from 12 to 3. Right? You can do a schedule base, or you can do it um, just depending on demand. Right? So uh, virtual machine scale sets also automatically deploy a load balancer uh, to make sure that your resources are being used efficiently. So it should not happen that, let's say you have 4 VMs and you find that 3 VMs are being used at up to 80% utilization, and then you have one VM which is only being used say 25%. So that's just a waste of resources, and uh, so That's why if we use a load balancer, we can ensure that all the VMs are used efficiently, right, to the optimum capacity or limit. So, and with virtual machine scale sets, you can build large scale services for areas such as compute, big data, and container workloads. All right. So in the next video, we'll look at what are virtual machine availability sets. So until then, see you next time.